Dreamscape presents The Scarecrow by Edgar J. Hyde. Narrated by Nick Mondelli. Chapter 1. A New Day. David, hurry up! Your breakfast is almost ready! David Davies rolled over in bed and groaned. School again. He loved that twilight zone between deep sleep and getting out of bed. He had been thinking about last weekend. His dad had taken him to the baseball game for the first time in years. It was the playoffs, and the Rockets won. What a game! A huge crowd, countless great plays, and... "David, get a move on!" His mom screamed at the top of her lungs. I'm coming," David moaned, his mom's shrill voice disturbing his peace. David jumped out of bed, went to the bathroom, and quickly got dressed. He looked around his room for the shoes he'd worn the night before. His room was covered in the usual adolescent mess of clothing, sports gear, and video games. After a few minutes, he appeared in the downstairs hallway, dressed in what could loosely be described as the school uniform. Well, he had the school tie on, at least. The rest was questionable at best. Baggy shirt, baggy sweater, and baggy pants. David's two sisters were already halfway through their bowls of cornflakes or oatmeal or whatever healthy concoction they were into these days. In David's opinion, having two older sisters was the worst bad joke God could have played on a boy. David had just turned 13. Sarah was 14 and a half, as she liked to remind everyone, and Emma was almost 16. Between their fascination with clothes and makeup, David felt, at times, that life was almost unbearable. "David, the school bus is going to be here in 15 minutes, and look at you," his mom said with a sigh. "Okay, Mom, relax. Where's Dad?" David asked, peering out of the kitchen window. "He's over in the far field checking on some of the sheep. He thinks that fox has been back again. The chickens were making an awful racket last night. He'll be back in a minute," replied Mrs. Davies, throwing some toast onto David's plate. David's dad was a farmer, and the family had just recently moved to the area. The new farm was massive, and at least 3 times the size of the farm they had lived on before. Not only did they have more sheep and cattle, but they had far more land to manage. The only problem was that...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?